for you. What are your thoughts after that?
Yeah, exactly that, mate. Really, really frustrated. Thought, we dominated large parts of the game. Didn't really put them under a lot of pressure with the possession we had, which I thought we could get better at. Spoke about things what we could change in the second half, staying diligent, not sort of, because that's what they do. They just stay in games. They do everything right and put the balls in behind you, won our seconds. And I thought in the first half we won our duels, we won our seconds, we won good out contacts. In the second half we come off it a bit, and that's where you give a cheap free kick away. Then we don't, and then we're not winning that second contact, or not winning the first or the second, and then the third. All of a sudden you're 1-0 down when there's nothing in the game, and you're going to get punished if you don't do them bits. So disappointed in that, and because I thought we had decent chances, we could have had 2 easy goals really, but that's the reality of the league. I was just said to the lads, you've got to do it for 90 minutes. We've done it for a large part of the game, and I'm pleased with a lot of the stuff, but we've got to stop gifting people goals. We done it even on Tuesday night. Gifted them a goal. I did praise the quality, but we were poor in our defending in that type. And again today, and it's not just the back three I'm looking at. It's the whole team, and so yeah. Look, the reality of it now is that we've come away from a game where we possibly should have been walking away with points again, and that's got to change. That's got to change.
Yeah, I know the top end of the pitch. As you said, there was nothing in the game at all. It probably falls down to 4 big chances, doesn't it? 2 for yourself, 2 for them. They take them, and you don't. Yeah, and that's it. That's the reality, and it's unfortunate because when you're top of the league as they are with 6 points and everything, everything's swell, and you get them moments. And there was a nice little moment from Kempy with a lovely through ball, and the lad that just signed gets in behind, but it's something we can avoid, and that's where the disappointment comes on my behalf. But yeah, as you say, look, 2 massive chances, one when it's 1-0, and who knows if you get that goal, what it changes, swings the game back towards your favour. But even then, as I just said to them, then we'll go 1-0 down, then don't lose a second, because you never know. It only takes a second to get that goal back, and all of a sudden then you get on the ascendancy. So just disappointing, that we've come away from home again, and I feel like we've gifted them the win, and for large parts it didn't. That, and I think all the stats will show that it was a very even game, and I think probably we'd slightly edged it. But there's one stat what matters. Yeah, it's exactly that. Like you say, it's dead level all throughout the game. It's just the chances that the difference. The fact you had those chances, can you take the positive from that you've created some really good chances?
Of course, there's going to be lots of positives. Going to be lots of positives to take from today's game. But look, we can't keep coming away and going, I'm patting people on the back when we're losing games. I've just said to them, we've got to get a nastiness about us. We've got to get a real desire to go. We're not going to lose a game today. So we might not win it, but we're not going to lose it, and we're not going to lose it with 2 sloppy goals on our behalf. Look, they'll say it's really good because they put it in the right area. They've got first contact. So I'd be pleased if it was the other way around. But what we've got to do, we've got to get better than that, and I'll be expecting the lads to get better, and they will, and they're disappointed in there, and so they should be. But we've got to put it right on Tuesday now. We've got 2 home games coming up, and we've got to get points. We've got to start getting points and putting points on the board.
Yeah, and I imagine the frustration as well. The real frustration for you for the first goal comes from that you would have drilled all week that Stevenage they try and win first contact. They're a real presence from set pieces as well, and not to switch off.
Yeah, they play. Alex has done a fantastic job here. At times it's settle in with the squad and everything else. So, and you can see, they all know and can understand what they're doing and everything else. And they play a very simple game, but they're all very well drilled, and they play in the right areas and they do it the right way. And it's really good when you see them doing it. So hats off to them. You've got to give them credit because of where they are. 9 points in 3 games, fantastic turnaround for them, and I'm delighted for Alex, but I'm obviously. Not happy with the manner of the goals, as I said.
The other thing as well, going back to a positive, Ethan Wheatley today, I thought that was his best game in a cobbler's shirt for you.
Yeah, look, he's going to grow. He's a 19-year-old lad he's going to grow into this team and into this league, I think, and once he gets that, you know, you know when you're asking for it to come off your backside or something like that, and it nearly did today. And if he would have got that, who knows, you know, what would have happened in the final few minutes. But look, he's just got to keep doing what he's done today. I thought he was really good. He was a real good positive on behalf. I think he tired towards the end of the game, but that's normal. So. But look, yeah, we're pleased. We're pleased with a lot of it. But again, I've just said to them there, the goals we gifted Wigan on the opening day away, and then the goals here today. We can't do that. We can't do that when we can go away from home. It's tougher as it is, you know, tough enough as it is. So, look, we'll learn from it. We definitely will. But as I said, I'm really disappointed that we're going away, because at least I thought we thought at least a draw, you know. But you can't keep saying that, and it feels like I am.
Kevin, hard work today.
Thank you.
That's Kevin.